Because periodically you'll see a cloud of smoke just drift from across this ridge. They're calling this the Canoes Fire because the Canoes Mountain is on the other side of this ridge where we are standing right now. We are not able to see the flames from where we are, but we can certainly see and smell that smoke anytime the wind shifts. Again, this press conference is about to start now. We want to tune you into that as we speak.
And it's 30% contained. We have approximately 35 firefighters working on the fire. We've brought in resources from our other divisions in the south. We've also brought in an air tanker, a single engine air tanker, which can drop 800 gallons of water at one time to put out hot spots on the fire. We're working from Route 23 on the south, Echo Lake Road on the east. We're constructing hand line with crews and dozers on the west side of the fire to contain it there. And we're using Echo Lake as a containment area on the north side of the fire. We have no structures threatened. We have no evacuations. We do have some road closures still in place. Lieutenant Perillo from West Milford Police is going to speak about that. Assistant Commissioner Cecil is going to speak about some of the fire conditions, fire behavior. I want to take a minute just to update everyone on the fire that we had Tuesday and Wednesday in Manchester Township. The Jimmy's Waterhole fire is now 100% contained. That fire burned 3,859 acres. There were 170 evacuations. All residents have been restored to their homes safely. Here today, our plan is to continue to burn out fuel, vegetation that's in front of this fire so that this fire will slowly diminish, and to continue to put water on it to cool off the hot spots that are burning and flaring up as the fire burns through what we're calling our containment area. I'd like to turn it over to Assistant Commissioner Cecil at this time.
Thank you, Chief. Good morning. John Cecil, Assistant Commissioner for State Parks, Forests, and Historic Sites with the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection. I'd like to start by thanking our dedicated Forest Fire Service employees, more than 10 responding agencies, the Office of Emergency Management, State Police, Department of Transportation, West Milford Township, and the residents and the public for your patience as we work this incident. Many of you have been following fires throughout the state of New Jersey over the last several days, if not the last week. They've really been all over, but we've been concentrated in some regards down south. Now, just want to talk a little bit about the differences in fire response and fire behavior between the different forest types that we're working in. In the southern part of the state where we were yesterday in the Pinelands, we have very volatile fuels. We have a flat landscape, and so it allows for us to respond in different ways. We can get vehicles in a little more easily, use a lot more heavy equipment. Here, when we get into the highlands in the northern part of the state, obviously a very different terrain, different forest type. We're in an oak hickory forest type. We've got very steep conditions. So we've got to work by hand in many instances. We can use some equipment, but it's certainly a lot more challenging. So that's why you're seeing airplanes dropping water, helicopters dropping water, but we also have
You've been listening to the Assistant Division Warden here in Division A. He talks about fighting this fire, very different fire than the one we saw down in Manchester Township in Ocean County yesterday, or the one in Teaneck in New Jersey, which was more of a brush fire that they were also responding to yesterday. This one is proving to be very difficult because of the terrain. They just can't get there on foot, only by air and only by burning those containment fires, those controlled burns, to keep the fire from spreading so that it has no fuel to keep moving on. We will, of course, keep you posted on this fire and all the developments around the state. We'll bring you those reports later on News 4 New York. For now, I'm reporting live from West Milford and turning it back over to you, Adam.
Okay, Pat, thank you. Only 30% of that fire contained right now, but good news about Manchester Township.